Good evening, Therapy Army. Last be having you. Alicia's always the first. Big up the Therapy Army. Good vibes. It's Good Vibes FC, eh? Good Vibes FC. Here we go. Here we go. Get the likes up, Mr. Structure. Big thanks if you do. Get the likes up for me. Hey, big up Alicia Sincanova, mate. Big up Alicia Sincanova. Yes, Kelly, please hold tight. Let me tell you to bring the relevant ones, man. Big up to Tom. Hopefully Saeed will join us soon. But big up to you, my son. Big up. Big up to you, massive. Welcome, Tom. How you doing, man? It's cold out here. How are those 7 hills holding up? Smash a like, people.
Evening.
Smash a like on the video.
Yeah, smash the like, people. Come on.
Like.
Get the likes up.
Yeah, get the likes up. Let's go, man. It's going to be a big show today, man. Big show. We're going to be talking about, Khalees, please, if you can get ready, the Manchester United share price is at the highest point it's been since the announcement of the sale. Current share value is, the club is just a shy of 4 billion. Kieran Maguire, yeah, big up Kieran Maguire. But if you can do me a favor, Khalees, please, if you can get the fan forum quotes ready for me, that would be amazing, bro. This is Richard Arnold and John Murtagh. How can I forget his name? The absolute Muppet with the most, eh? The Muppet Madness, eh? That's what it was. It's not Murtagh Madness, it's Muppet Madness. So big up to you, bro. Please get those ready. Big up to all the regulars, innit? Big up to all the regulars in the house. Big up Tom, 7 Hills, all right? Cold?
Yeah, man, it's cold
Out
man.
here, mate. It's a bit brisk out here.
Bit brisky in Manchester.
Bit brisky. It's a bit brisky out here, mate. Brisky. Bit brisky out here, people. So we're going to be talking about, obviously, the fan forum, the Jackie Nori stories. We have to laugh. We have to laugh in it. We have to laugh. And Tom and Saeed are going to help me literally have a little bit of laugh. But for those of you, I feel bad for you guys who were sold a story. You were sold the myth that Jaya Felix was ever coming to Man United. Well, now you know he's not. Now you know he's not. So I feel bad for you guys. Apologies, but come on. We've told you already. Manchester United are always looking for the cheapest option, and they're always looking for who can get. So that's what it is. But big up Abdullah Irwin, who says, Qatar sports investment are considering both full takeover or a stake in Manchester United. Or Liverpool. Ooh! So who's gonna show a bit of tease, eh? Who's gonna tease them, eh? Is it United or is it Liverpool, eh? Who's gonna show that bit of tease, eh?
You know where this has come from, though, Nuruddin? Because I can't remember. I think it was Ben Jacobs. It was the same guy that Saeed interviewed. He put a quote out on Twitter, and he put the feed and everything for it as well, stating that he'd met with Daniel Levy in London to discuss a potentially minority stake because the Qatar Sports Investments Group want to buy into the Premier League market as well as own PSG as well. However, they're selling shares or potentially the full club of PSG to them go and invest in a different market. Yeah. What the Qatar Sports Group is now seeing is the money isn't in France, where they thought they could make the best team in France have this major success, and it's just not worked. The investment that they've put in has not brought them that major success. But you look at where all the successes has been in Europe, where a lot of the hype has been around tournaments such as the World Cup, the Euros, where a lot of the best managers in the world are right now. They're all in the Premier League, and all of the best players are starting to attract to come to the Premier League. Your Haalands, your great coaches, Pep Guardiola, he's managed pretty much all over Europe, has he not? And he's chosen to come to the Premier League. And this is the longest stint I think he's stayed at a Premier League club at Manchester City. So it says something about the league, man.
Exactly. So big up. Thank you, Tom, for bringing us that bit of clarification. For me, it's just, like I said, it's clickbait manipulators, mate. Clickbait manipulators at the best. So this is not like a buy in it, because this really plays with the emotion. This is not about a player. We all understand. Some of us understand anyway, but some of us still get called negative when we tell the truth about the football club.
Solly said you're negative, Lord.
Sorry, man. Nothing but love. Nothing but love, but it hurts to be real, innit? It hurts to be real. Back to life, back to reality. That's how it is, mate. Soul to soul for you. But big up Khalees as well for bringing us the comments, Chief Editor of United Real Therapy. And we say it's simple for me. I have to see it to believe it. Until then, all of it's just clickbaiting. It's just clickbait manipulators, mate. Clickbait manipulators.
Yeah, that they're doing, man. It's, you know what, these Glazers need to do better, man. When they watch his surroundings, it looks like he's fiddling around with something, man, like Avram Glazer. You know what I mean? So he needs to watch out, man, because in them countries, man, you know, if they get caught, you know what I mean, you're in trouble, mate. So
listen,
Avram Glazer, man.
Listen, Avram the fiddler, eh?
Yeah. I'm telling you, man.
Avram the fiddler, mate. Hey, the Mohican bolt. Listen, what does he go for? It's what is it? The mullet baldy.
Mullet,
mate.
that's it, yeah, man.
The mullet baldy, mate. The mullet baldy. The only man in the world who's got a mullet with a bowl head, mate. It's just.
Why did he just cut it off? Like, what's he doing? Trying to hang on to that hair, man.
Yo, my guy looks like CC Tops on a rock band, bro. My guy's going for the CC Tops look in it. Hold tight, those of you who like hard rock and roll, mate. But anyway, guys, I want to continue the last because I don't know where you two have been, but I've waited. I've not done a show about this. I did a little bit yesterday. I touched on it, but I was waiting to go into it with you two. Get ready, guys. Please strap up because it's Jack and Ori time. Jack and Ori time. CBBC. Last me having your therapy army. Get the cocoa. Get the flip-flops on. Get that lovely cushion.
Get the shisha.
On, whatever you got on. Put your feet up. Put your feet up, and hold tight because we got David Chappelle, this guy called John Murta and Richard Arnold coming for your Netflix special, mate. They're coming to knock you off the record, mate. They're coming for number one, Dave Chappelle. This is the first one. John Murta manages Man United fans forum on December the 13th. It's no secret we are looking for a centre forward. We only want to bring in players who are good enough. Hey! You got that first part right, guys. Yeah. Give him a round of applause.
It's good to know. It's good to know.
We're not going to sign players for the sake of making signings. Do we not do that? Have we not done that for the past decade? What are you talking about, lad? And then he continues to say, we've invested over 200 million in the squad last summer. As a club, we need to remain financially disciplined, compliant with the FFP rules.
You know what's funny about that, though? He said we invested over 200 million. No, you went and just overspent 200 million when you could have got cheaper.
Saeed, that's not Saeed saying it. That's not Tom saying it. That's not the therapy army saying it. That's not the Man United fan base saying it. There's a Swiss-based organization who looks into football transfers, calculated Manchester United overspent by 77 million in the summer. I repeat for the people at the back who think I'm Mr. Negative. Hey, where's your ears? Get the wax out, people. Get the wax out. Not Saeed, not United fan base, not Tom. A Swiss-based organization said United overspent by 77 million. And the guy's got the gall, Saeed, to come out with this shite.
Yeah.
I honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. He literally
we need to remain financially disciplined. Listen, mate, we're in how much in debt, mate? Remain financially disciplined. Discipline is not, you know what I mean, going to that debt that you are. You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean?
Nearly a billion side that we're a billion and a bit in debt.
You know what's funny, right? He talks about financially disciplined, but we still owe football clubs £300 million for players from like 5 or 6 years ago.
Exactly.
And then you've just blown the wallet of another £200 million. So you've just spent basically £500 million on transfers that the owners have already admitted they're not going to pay because they're going to get out.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's just Jack and Ori.
I swear, that's why we have to call it. People,
Yeah,
listen.
but continue.
We have to call this section Jackie Nori, because I swear, I'm not going to lie to you. Him and Richard Arnold and Neil Ashton, because these are Neil Ashton words, literally believe this is CBBC. We're all like tuning into CBBC, whether you got kids or not. This is what this Man United fan base.
Story maker, man. Remember Story Maker? Story Maker.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
That was another one as well.
Listen, I'm telling you now, I expected a better plot and better lines from Peppa Pig. I'm telling you now, I believe Peppa Pig. I believe Peppa Pig's storyline more than I believe John Murtagh. But
I'm telling you, man, the amount of time she's playing around in the garden, and mum's always not happy with that. Listen, I used to read them stories for my students all the time, mate, and I'm like, how did she get away with all of this? But maybe the Glazers are like this, they get away with all of this as well, and nobody bats an eyelid.
So he goes on to say, so while we will be exploring options, I don't expect to be busy in a transfer window on the men's side. And I'm like, thank you so much. And then, because obviously, to me, to you, they come together, don't they? They come together. Richard steps in. Richard's like, yeah, you've had enough to say. Get out of the mic. Give me that microphone right now. And then he says, in what form of investment comes remains uncertain. Because he thinks when we hit that, listen, this is what happens, isn't it? So John Murtagh hits you with this, then goes on to hit you with this, Jackie Nori, and then Richard thinks, how can I turn the ship around? He's demoralizing the fan base. I've got to bring them back. So he goes, in what investment comes remains uncertain. Ooh. I feel confident it'll be a positive process. Process, trust on Saeed. Come on. Say it, Saeed. Let's hear you say it.
Process FC.
Process FC.
I hate that word, man.
Let me hear you.
Overhyped. Honestly, the amount of people that use that word it's become a norm now. Process, like, you know.
Trust the process, Saeed.
I swear I'm not going to lie to you. There are certain words in the dictionary that straight away are Man United related. Process is
one of them.
Process is one. What all the other words we use for when we're interested in players as well.
Seduce.
That's the best one as well. Seduce. Yeah. That's the one that took us to Saeed.
Consider FC. Consider.
You know what? Putting the feelers out.
But do you know what's ironic though, right? When you look at all the other big football clubs, they don't ever use them kind of words when they're in for a player or when they're in for a manager. You never hear them words at all.
Listen, this is all the biggest thing. So he continues to say, Saeed, he says, positive process, and he says, well, we all understand the capital needs we have in terms of redeveloping the stadium, training ground, while building a winning team. Woo! There you go. Neil Ashton is like, yes. He delivered those words with such.
By the way, just as exclusive as well. By the way, you know the steward spoke to me. Yeah, he goes, the roof is in proper like serious damage now. No, but he said now it's got worse now. He said the roof's gone worse. So the roof now needs a major overhaul now. You know what I mean? So that now it's not just a leaky roof. He goes, it's properly damaged. He said.
Saeed,
you know the steward's telling you that, and you know what's going on.
Saeed, you know the bit that we used to go to when we used to go to the posh sheets back in the day.
Yeah.
You know those conference halls and inside the stadium, they're leaking as well. They're internal. So what does that tell you about the roof, the actual over roof, when the internal walls are leaking? But he continues to go on and says, certainly will be advising any prospective new investors on the value of the fan engagement process we have built on recent years. And he goes, recommending that they continue to strengthen. So he's doing a thing and he thinks, I've got to get the fans back. And then Ashton's there going, yes, go on, Richard, lad. You told the fans we love them. I swear to God, it's just incredible. But guys, please give me your interactions. I know that you interacted, but I'll go to you, Tom. So Genuinely, you're a journalist. So you work with words.
Yeah.
But seriously, how do they expect the fan base, the reality to be as such, and the fan base to swallow these words?
Exactly.
I mean, they don't. It's plain and simple. They don't. They've got to say something, because saying something's better than saying nothing.
Yep.
But
Facts.
any lawyer or any sort of journalist will say, you keep your mouth shut, you won't get accused as much.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, these owners, the directors, they don't need to open their mouth to be judged or to be dictated. Their actions speak louder for them than their words do. John Murtough with this about £200 million investment and things like that. Well, if that's the case, John, why the hell did you go from the ratio of Frankie de Jong, Casemiro, and out to the like of Frankie de Jong and Casemiro, which are elite midfielders, to then you go to players like Rabiot and Arnautovic? Like, where were the levels there? You're now scraping around in the window. João Felix has been tapped up in less than 24 hours by Chelsea, and he's already off the market. That was another player that you were supposedly interested in for. Same with Cody Gakpo. 48 hours, he's gone to Liverpool. Clubs move fast. We move like an absolute slug. You know what's funny with this? Yeah, go on, sorry, go on.
No, just to not interrupt you there, but I think for me, that bit what you just say is so true. Like, they get it off the market and it's done, whereas we kind of flirt with it and we don't get it off the market. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
that's the thing. It all depends on what's in the shopping window, in every single window. And with Manchester United, it's not a case of they have 3 or 4 major targets that you know about. With Manchester United, it's always that one name, and they always chase that one name. And if it doesn't come, everybody's pissed off. The fans, the manager, but the people who aren't pissed off is the directors, because they'll just go to option B. You go to Weghorst, for example. We had the debate last night on Nuruddin's channel. If Weghorst was one of Ten Hag, if he was his first option, probably not. No, but at the end of the day, I don't even think Weghorst is a Manchester United option, because do I think Manchester United will have been looking at the Turkish rankings of who the best presser is in that league, or the best goal scorer, who had a decent impact at the World Cup against a very formidable Argentinian aggressive team? Does anybody really think that John Murtough was going to be looking at that? No, he probably didn't even go to the World Cup to scout players. He probably went back to Merseyside, where his family originates from, and spent some time with his family. But at the end of the day, all I'm going to say with these people, and Mine and Nuruddin's bet's still on the line for 12 months, these people are panicking. Richard Arnold, John Murtough, mate, they are bricking it. And I'm not even saying it, Eric Ten Hag, there'll probably be a little bit of doubt in Eric Ten Hag's mind as well, mind you. If a new owner comes in, are they going to share the same plans and philosophy that was before them? Depends who. If they go as they're going to do, sell it to the highest bidder, probably not. You'll probably get someone who has a different style of business and a different model for the future of the club. Whereas if they go more based on allegiance with friends and family and this, that, the other, or cooperations, which these people have never been allies with anybody, only for the Super League, that was the only time. And at the end of the day, you take the Richard Arnold quotes, you take John Murtough's quotes and all this, that, the other. In 6 months' time, these people don't even know if they've got a job. And if I'm being honest, do I think they will be kept on? No. And especially if it's a consortium or if it's a state from the Middle East, 100% not. Because they don't need you to be a financial aid or a financial advisor for their football club. They know how to run their finances in their own country. So they certainly know how to do it in a football club at the end of the day. And with John Murtough and Richard Arnold, they want to come out with all these same quotes. Richard Arnold made that interview at the pub, and he said about, have you never heard these words before? Have you never seen what's happened in previous windows with my predecessor, which is Ed Woodward? Well, you've basically done the same thing. The only difference is it's a different person in the suit and it's a different person in the stand. That's the only thing that is different. Operating in the exact same way that Ed Woodward did. However, he's delegated the transfer policy and the transfer committee side of the football club to John Murtough. No football director experience, mind you. And Darren Fletcher, who was the man with no role, but he was just at the football club.
Well, Tom, I'm going to stay with you there. Tom, I'm going to stay with you there. Everything that we've been told about John Murtough and Richard Arnold and how it changed, new structure, all of it is out the fucking window. It's out.
For now.
Absolutely out of the window. Because yet again, another transfer window where they've been exposed. And don't give me any excuses. It's January. And all these journalists are covering for them as well. Running cover for them, talking to me about January. Did Liverpool think it was January when they got Diaz last season? No. Did Liverpool think it was January when they got Gakpo? Do Chelsea think it's January when they're getting 3 players now?
Facts.
Do they think it's January?
Facts. No, it's money management, Nordin. It's money management, though, Nordin. It's money management. They don't have money management, but then they blame it onto us, and they'll be like, "Oh well, there's no money." Well, you need to not overspend in the summer, so then we can have a little bit left in the January. That's how it works.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But you look at all of these other football clubs and how they're operating in the market. When they desperately, and I mean it, because Jurgen Klopp, his mould of player is a Gakpo, is a Luis Diaz. That's his prime player. He doesn't like an Erling Haaland. He's not that kind of manager who wants that kind of attacker. He likes these quick little nitty-gritty players. And Liverpool know that is his policy and that's his priority when it comes to his attackers. So what do? They make sure they blow every single club out the water and get that deal for the player that he desperately wants over the line as quickly as they can. But Pep Guardiola is the exact same.
But Tom, it's not even that. They want to listen. So big up Wayne. He says here, first contact between Man UFC and Burnley over the loan workhorse came as far as back to. So why is it still taking this long?
This is what I mean, though. These dates are even going back further than we've even been told. This is like 2 or 3 weeks in the making then. So what has exactly been happening? We're moving like slugs for Workhouse. Chelsea are probably going to get Felix wrapped up before we've even got any agreement in place for this guy. And at the end of the day, the finances don't lie to you.
Tom,
but go on.
Said it. Tom, I've said it, and I'll come to Saeed as well.
Yeah, pass it to Saeed.
Apparently, Saeed, the latest is that the Workers agent wants a permanent move.
Yeah, of course, man. Why would he want a loan deal when later on, you know what I mean, he's not going to get a signing on fee and all this and that? Like, there's so much things available for the agent here, man. And, you know, again, I thought it was going to be a short-term option. That's why I wasn't kind of too fussed about it. But now it's an actual signing. So if it becomes a case of, you know what, it's a signing and it's not a loan, then United do have money. So they're lying to us then, innit? So when they say there's only a little bit of money left, even if it's 2.5 million, 5 million, they still have some money in the bank because it's not a loan. It's an actual sale. So you got to include the wages, etc., etc. I can't lie to you. With United, I think they're playing games. I think they know what they want. Ten Hag's coming out and begging for transfers. So it's all a mess, man. And you know what I mean? Like you turned out, I didn't even see that, you know, December 21. I didn't really actually see that. December 21, Man United were looking at for him. Wow, that's crazy. By the way, no, you got a super chat, Nordin.
Yeah, big up whoever it is.
This is a good quote from Khalees from Bloomberg, which is the American business model.
Margot Nura, Martial sucks, but Rashi is insulting. Nah. Oh my God, this agenda is next level, isn't it?
This guy is actually a true fan. You know what I mean? You'd be supporting both players, mate. So
exactly. At the end of the day, when somebody gives an opinion about a game and when on somebody's form, then somebody's insulted. To me, I always said it, just keep it on the football. For me, criticism on performance is always justified. Always. Yeah. Insults and that they're totally different things. But criticism on the football pitch is always justified. And at times we get frustrated and we go overboard. But big up HKA Music, mate.
Big up, man.
Long time no see, brother. United are disgraced. Liverpool signed Gakpo. Chelsea signed Felix. United signed a guy from Harry Potter.
Oh my God.
Hey, you know what? Listen, hey, be careful, HKN Music. Big up yourself, because you know what? I'm telling you, Mr. Potter might be able to go for his fellow Harry Potter friend.
Yeah.
He might. You don't know that, HK Music.
It's true.
Yeah.
And Graham Potter, by the way, I feel for him, man. I think it's a toxic club, man. He should have stayed at Brighton, man. I feel for him now.
He deserved that opportunity, though. That's the problem.
I know, but look what they're doing. They're shouting, "We want
to be honest, though, Said, and I'll be honest, I don't think they're going to sack him. I think they're going to give him. I think they're going to give him the season. They can't invest this much money in the summer window, sack Thomas Tuchel, this much money in January, to then sack him again.
If they go out the Champions League to Dortmund, and obviously they're out the FA Cup, they're out the Carabao Cup. If they're not looking like they'll get into top 4, and it's around February, March. Listen, I don't know. I really, really don't know.
What options are out there though? Who do you get?
They probably go for Enrique. They probably go for.
Yeah. Would he want it though? This is the problem. You sack 2 managers in about 6 months. What manager is going to look at that and think, I need time. I need time to input. Enrique's going to need at least 6 months to instruct a style of play at Chelsea. But the thing with Chelsea anyway, and I know we're getting a bit sidetracked here, but the thing with them is they're playing how Brighton played. So I don't really understand what the complaint is, just because you're not winning games or anything like that. He was successful playing this way with Brighton, but you can't take the same tactics and level of performance to a big club with bigger ambitions and bigger players and expect it's going to work. And the recruitment policy, well, I think it's worse than ours at the moment in time, isn't it? I think they've blown about £400 million in about 12 months.
Listen, Tom, I just said it on. By the way, go and check out the Straight Jacket podcast. The original trio back together, Aaron, me, and Saeed.
Yeah,
it's a really good podcast. So go and check it out. I think he's 200 and what, Saeed?
212, man.
Wow, time's flying. So 212.
Time's flying, man.
So 212 Straight Jacket podcast. I just said it on there. Go and check it out, people. And I just said. All Todd Bowley does is goes on Man United rumour mill. You know, Manchester United and Man City have got rumours. They literally, City have to do that to try to be relevant. But Man United is an embarrassment for you to have for you to be having on your official website rumours, talking about rumours about who you link with and all of these different guys, right? So when Todd Bowley wakes up in the morning, he checks the BBC, checks Sky, checks Twitter, and then goes, right. Get the money ready, lads. They're going for this guy. Let's give him that guy. So that's what they are. That's what they are. But big up HKN Music says, the PR United is annoying. We signed Sesko, Kane, Osimhen in the summer. A load of BS. Of course, bro, come on now. Listen, you know the type of journalists who get briefed. You know the type of journalists who get briefed. And then he goes to another super chat. Chelsea did us a favour. Brighton with Potter was taught a point, let alone 3 points. To me, that's why I was angry after that game, because we let Chelsea off the hook.
Yes.
To me, the way Man United dominated that game, Saeed, I knew we
had 2 big chances. Anthony, man.
3 points, we should have got 3 points there at that bridge. 3 points. That, to me, it still hurts. It still hurts.
Bro, it hurts me because I look at that time. We dominated the first half. Second half, they got an McTominay just absolute fool, giving that away. Yeah. But I think Chelsea, listen, they're where they are. But listen, if they're gonna find a way to get through this top 4, they're gonna spend their way to get in top 4. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know how they're gonna gel it all together. But good luck to them. Is what it is.
Saeed, they've got time. They've given Potter 7-year contract.
Yeah. Well, there you go. But the one thing I say about Chelsea is that firepower will help in the end. You know, and a lack of firepower for us will be our downfall. So that's the worry I get. So that's why I'm all for Weghorst. I know it's not what we want, but I'd rather get a body than get nobody.
Oh.
I'd rather get a body than get nobody, and this is the reality of where we are. It's a shit situation. But the club, they overspent in the summer, and now we're having to pay for it. And the Glazers are obviously leaving, hopefully in the summer. You know what I mean? Nuruddin doesn't think it's still happening. And you know what? That PTSD is natural, because at the end of the day, they could come out. Someone was saying the other day, like, if we'd have got a signing like Felix, would they have wanted to stay? But then it just shows you that they are still looking for a sale because they can't afford it. They can't afford to.
But Saeed, I look at this and go, I'm just getting clickbaited and manipulated here. Look at the UEFA rules prohibit 2 teams outright by the same group to enter into one European competition, but there's currently no rules to prevent a one team in the competition having a minority in in position in the other same competition. So they can get away with it, but this is just lies to me.
Well,
like,
Man City get away with it.
Next minute is Dubai. Next minute is the American investment. For me,
Nuruddin, I told you 2 days ago, the Middle East is blowing up with funds, businessmen, money men. It's blowing up.
What's that source? That source there at business.
At business, it's like a world business organization.
You know what side?
That's like the yellow pages. You know the yellow pages where they have all these businesses. That's the yellow pages. That source there is from the yellow pages.
To be fair though, guys, I'll say this though. I know obviously Sky Sports doesn't have its credibility, and that's not the source I'm using here to accredit this. But Tottenham Hotspur have made a statement apparently regarding the supposed meeting between Khalifa and Daniel Levy over a minority stake in Tottenham. They've not exactly. Most football clubs normally don't respond, or they don't say anything. They don't say yes, but they don't say no. And they don't say that because they don't have to in many cases. Tottenham have openly come out and said no meeting never took place. Therefore, to do something like that, I think shows that there is some kind of weight to it. Maybe not a meeting, but maybe the point of that Qatar are looking at investing more into the Premier League market. Like I said, PSG is already up for sale. The same people who want to buy into the Premier League, and like you just said, with the UEFA rule that could change, the same people that want to invest in the Premier League potentially, who own PSG, who have them up for sale, the market at the moment, you have two of the biggest, most historical English clubs up for sale right now, Manchester United and Liverpool. And I've always stood by the same point. One of those two will go to the Middle East. One of them two. And it depends. I don't really know. If you're going to go for the team right now, who's got majority of the success and the right structure in place, you will buy Liverpool. But if you go for the brand, the appeal, and the restructuring job that it would take, and the project that it would take as well, which might be more appealing to more owners, Manchester United is the option. Because Manchester United have a lot more they can do with the football club than Liverpool can. But both of them, I think, are brilliant propositions. And listen, there's no assurances that both clubs can get bought out by the Middle East. It wouldn't surprise me. That's where all the money's being funded into the league at the moment.
Bloomberg.
Bloomberg are good site. That's why I was making it. Yeah. It's the American version.
Listen, Saeed, I'm not gonna lie to you. All these Bloomberg and business, and I realized that you got the likes of Fabrizio Romano and everybody else, Mark Ogden, and these guys clickbaiting, manipulating the fan base. So they're looking and going, we like to get a bit of that pie as well. We like to get a couple of visits on our websites. We like our social media to blow up a little bit. How do we do that? Let's get them hooked in. Listen, I'm telling you, in terms of a football club, nobody respects Manchester United. No Vaseline. We get bent over. You see the guy, Besiktas, whatever that team's called. I can't say the bloody word. Besiktas, or whatever they're called.
Besiktas, yeah.
Besiktas. Their guy's coming out like he's some bowler, like he's some Don. Coming out like he's some Al Capone.
They made a statement, man. They made a statement today. They said El Comunicando. They said El Comunicando. We're making a statement today amongst the mist of what's going on. Like, when would you ever make a statement at any other football club? But Man United, it's like, yeah, we'll make a statement because we're not having this.
It's simple. It's simple. And our fan base get clickbait and manipulated because everybody knows the fans get bent over because we're desperate. Because we are beholden to Glazers who have ruined this football club. And that's what's happening. But anyway, big up Khalifa Madin Lassie. Please smash a like on the video. There's 150 of views in here. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Hit that notification button because it lets you know when we're next live, people. Man UFC considered a move for Benjamin Sesko last summer before IP Leipzig agreed $20 million deal to sign him at the end of the season. It's ridiculous because they're both owned by the same...
I know, same franchise.
Same franchise. It's weird. Like, it's so weird. But they go, they're not actually owned by the franchise. They're just sponsored. They go around houses there. Despite the agreement, it might still be available if the club prepared to make a higher offer to buy. I told you, side, it wasn't 50 million. It was Man United could have got it for 35 million, but they didn't want to choose that. But you know what? Merta went out there and met the agent, Saeed. So it's not just he went out. He wasn't spotted in Barcelona. My guy went to Man United company credit card, just to stay in hotels and drink a bit of coffee in different hotels around Europe.
This guy couldn't even get Rabiot done, man. He couldn't even get Rabiot done over the line. What an absolute tool.
Saeed, I told everybody, do you think Rabiot would want money to bend Man United over? Rabiot's looking at his last contract. Rabiot is not leaving Juventus, where he's the most highest paid player in Italy at the moment, right? He's not leaving that to come and take last wages to come to Man United. Come on, man. Listen, I'm sorry, call me negative. I just know a bit too much. Because I do my research, I literally type it in. Google's there for a reason, and I try to find the sources that are reliable. Rabiot was never coming to Man United for less money than Juventus. It's his last contract in football, but John Nater, Muppet Madness, the Muppet Madness that went out there, bowling out there, took the flight to Turin to have a chat with Mummy, eh? Mummy said, why did you take the flight? I told you what. I could have told you that on the phone. Why are you here? I could have told you that on the phone. Why did you? Well, I'm a Scouser, you know what I mean? I like spending a bit of Man United company credit card money. That's what I like, you know what I mean? People try to tell me this guy is from Manchester. Give it a rest. And now we signed a doctor as well from Liverpool. Why are we taking people from Liverpool for? Why? Have you not seen the injury record in the past decade? What's going on at this football club? What's going on? I don't know,
man. Apparently, we're changing things, innit? That's what the idea is, innit? We're changing it around. I don't know, man.
And this Muppet, Fabrizio Romano's, yeah, he's a Muppet as well. He clickbaits the hell out of you guys. Clickbait. This guy used to be, here we go. Now, he wants to stay relevant, so he'll be like, oh yeah, this and that's happening, ripping off other journalists' work, and then pretending that is his own phone calls and his own findings. He was saying this about Felix this afternoon, and now he's like, oh, everything agreed with Felix, which I'll say, shut up. And then and even a couple of hours before Liverpool signed Gakpo, Saeed, you knew before Fabrizio that Gakpo was going to Liverpool.
Yeah. He signed for Liverpool, yeah. It's mad, man. I can't lie, man. I just honestly, you know, with these kind of signings now, as soon as I hear them now, I have to know who's after them, because we ain't going to get anyone under the Glazers. If they leave in April, that's when I know United's going to come a serious club where we can actually have signings that are our own, because the club will then go for it proactively. But you got to get rid of Murto. If this guy's still at a football club, you know, you can go get the best owners in the world. It's not going to work, man. So he has to go. Richard Arnold has to go. Both of them. All of them in the
they will
have to go.
They will, of course, they will. I mean, who's going to keep them on at the end of the day? Nobody in the right mind is going to keep somebody of an old regime or an old boss. That's like saying a company gets bought out and you expect to stay on as the chief executive, or you know, even as a cleaner, your job's under threat at the end of the day. Yeah. And there's going to be a lot of insecurities. Even Eric Ten Hag, love it or hate it, I would say to him, you have to have a bit of doubt in your mind, because a new owner might not come in and love you. Those Chelsea supporters, they love Thomas Tuchel. They loved what he did for the football club in the short time and everything. That owner came in, he didn't care if he was going to upset people by having to sack him. He sacked him in the middle of a season. I think they were 5th. They're now 10th. They blew 300 million and everything. So the patterns and the lines are there. But at the end of the day, it's gonna come down to all of this to do with a sale, isn't it? At the end of the day, and we know what the Glazer family want to do. I think they want out now. I think it's enough's been enough. Murto would probably get a job somewhere in the FA. Richard Arnold, I don't think he'd really care. He'd sit in his mansion or wherever in Chester or somewhere, and you'd bundle him a bit of money, bit of Qatari money or Middle Eastern money, whatever, and it'd shut him up for a good couple of years. So these people ain't going to be bothered at the end of the day.
Exactly. Look, Saeed here. Look, we've got Tom. We've got Saeed. He says, look here. Lila says, Besiktas bantered United. My cousin called me right today because Lilas is Turkish heritage, even though he lives in Moldova. Today said we're not to give Walkers to you. What a joke! He said,
wow.
Yeah.
Here we go.
When I said it, guys, We are the original Netflix special before there was Netflix. There was Man United.
Yeah.
No new manager. Some bums doing executive. Rio said Myrtle was different gravy. She got gas. United got real football excess. Is going to be Benny Hill transfer windows.
Bro. You know what?
That's what it is, mate.
Yeah. I think ultimately, you know what I mean, it's going to be a workhouse, and then that's it. I think for us, that's going to be our January transfer window done and dusted. You know what I mean? And then that's it. It's just kind of praying that nobody gets injured, because you know what I mean. I still think even if we get injuries, we're not going to buy anyone. We're not because the money's not there. Ten Hag will be told work with what you've got, and that'll be a big
It probably won't even be that said. It'll just be they'll have an excuse for it.
Listen, Statman Baines has gone missing, mate. The Myrtle Muppet, not more like Myrtle madness. It's more of a Muppet madness, mate. That's what it is. He's a Muppet madness. That's what that is, mate. It's absolutely surreal. Big up Khalees Remedy that says that my Dutch friend loves Woot Workhurst, by the way, lol. She has a tattoo of his shirt number. Wow. Wow. Oh, so big up. Sorry, Lilas. I thought you were Turkish heritage. Nuruddin, I'm Albanian, but my mum's from Turkey. Well, you're mixed heritage. You're mixed heritage. No, mixed heritage, bro. Mixed heritage. I love Turkey, man. One of my favorite places to go in the world, mate. Mm-hmm. Love the food. Honestly, if you've not been, guys, go and check out Turkey, man. I love the food. I love the weather. They're blessed with a beautiful country.
Nuruddin's trying to get us on the Turkish tourist board there. If
you need to sponsor Turkish Airways, we're there. We're there. We're everywhere.
We're everywhere.
We'll have a bit of that Turkish sponsorship, mate. But listen, guys, genuinely, I just wanted to get your point of views, because I've been. I think what Myrtle did in the youth team, what he did with the women, setting up the women's, I agree. Do I agree that, yes, he's limited by what the Glazers, but I'm sorry. To me, you've shown yourself up. You are not a director of football. You're not equipped a director of football. You come out and try to tell us some Jackie Nori stories written by lastminute.com, fucking Neil Ashton, to talk to us about what's happening. For me, it's a disgrace. You've shown yourself up to be. Ronaldo said he wanted to leave at the end of May. At the end of May, there was murmuring, Saeed, and Tom, you remember as well, where he was looking for a Champions League club. And then in June, he came out and said, yeah, I don't want to come to Man United. I don't want to stay at Man United. And his agent was offering him out to everybody else. Hold tight, Al Nassr. That's where it is now. I can't wait to watch Al Nassr in the Champions League. I wonder who they got in the next round. That's what I'm waiting for. But anyway, so I'll just say it simply, guys. That John Murtough, Richard Arnold, disgraceful. They think the intelligence of the fan base, they literally think we're toddlers. Like I said, I've seen better storylines, better character development in Miss Piggy.
You know what, though? They're just trying to, and like I said, it's almost an excuse, isn't it? Later on, so that, you know, fans are going to be okay with it. And they're clever what they did with the ownership. They made it before the transfer window, so then fans wouldn't be as bad, because they'd be like, well, we're going to get sold anyway. So that's the...
Liverpool are going to get sold anyway. So Liverpool's statement and Man United is exactly the same. Exactly the same. And Liverpool actually are getting rid of people. They're preparing, because to me, I think Liverpool, the reason why we're not hearing a great lot of things, because they've already been, to me, that deal is going to be announced soon. You know how Liverpool Football Club move? They move differently. They move stealth. They move like ninjas. So this excuse, Saeed, that they want to give. So what happened to Liverpool then? Liverpool have got better forwards than us. They've got more striker options than everybody else. They've got a couple of players injured. Yes, they do. They want to spend 40 million on Gakpo. Why can't Man United do that? What's their excuse?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's just that obviously they make it out that we're broke in it and we don't have the money. They are more choosing not to spend rather than they actually have the money. They're choosing not to spend. That's what I'm getting from everything now.
But then, Saeed, John Mayer then come and told you we are being financially responsible.
There you go.
Oh, Christ.
Financial discipline.
Listen, you know? Listen, let's move on to, let me just get this. This is Fabrice Arounds' relationship with workers. Eric Ten Hag's relationship with workers. and the player's qualities and how he can differ from what Man UFC already have a factors in the pursuit of the player. Fabricio. I wonder who did you rip that off? Did you rip that off Saeed? Did you rip that off Saeed? Big up Sports. Sports Chris says, workers on loan to Basiskas is with an obligation to buy for 10 million. So it's up to Basiskas if they want to back out of the deal and let United sign him on loan, then take up the obligation by the club. Okay. But this agent apparently is like, maybe Man United. Why would you leave after 6 months, mate? Because Man United give big wages. Even though Man United said now stupidly, nobody can get paid a lot more than 200 grand a week. I'm like, what is that? What kind of a cap is that? So you want to compare the right back, the substitute left back, with the same as a striker who's playing every week and banging in 25 goals a season? Huh? What planet? But anyway, guys, let's move on to Charlton tomorrow, yeah? As I already stated, disclaimer, an absolute disclaimer from the offstart. It's just something in me. It's the way I've been brought up, guys. I used to watch the League Cup just to see the next United talents, all of them used to play. All the youngsters used to play in that competition. Sometimes United would fluke their way through a couple of rounds. Then Fergie would play some of the more senior players. But usually it would be just to get that. I never get nervous watching that competition. I never sweat. Even whether we lose the final of that trophy, whether we win the trophy, for me, I'm just like, today's another day. So it don't matter. Same thing. Listen, same thing for the Europa League. To me, a Mickey Mouse trophy as well. FA Cup, if you would have seen me the other day, biting every nail. I'm like that Everton. Bloody hell, come on, United. Come on, get the game done with. Over. So that's me. That's my disclaimer. To say that, Saeed and Tom, I think he's going to play a similar team to the team that he played against Bournemouth. I think Maguire and Lindelof are definitely going to start. This is what I believe. But you tell me, guys, what do you guys think tomorrow's League Cup game, Old Trafford, Charlton, who are in League 2, by the way. Charlton used to be in the Premier League for the FIFA generation.
That's what I was going to say, Nuruddin. Remember Charlton back in the day, man. Memories, man. John Dal Thomason. They used to have who was that striker that they used to have?
The young black guy. I remember he used to score goals.
Darren Ben as well. They had Darren Ben.
Darren Ben and these guys.
They had Luke at the back. They had, Etuhu. They used to have good players. And Charlton used to be a good team. But I think for me, they've even got their manager is a Man United fan. He's from Salford as well. Yeah. That's a fun fact. He's from Salford. He's a United fan. So hopefully he might let us win tomorrow, but we'll see.
You want to bang, mate. You want to bang.
Yeah, I think, they'll bring a lot of fans because my seats have been moved, so they must have took up the whole section.
The East Stand, yeah. So this is like the Hollywood. This is their trip to Hollywood, mate, to go and see the big Hollywood sign.
Of course, man.
A lot of their players tomorrow are going to be thinking the whole of the footballers watching. Can we get moves in this January to bigger clubs in the Championship and the Premier League? So it's not just playing for Charlton tomorrow. They're playing for the bigger contracts and future, mate. Agents are already on the phone. You better shine tomorrow. Turn Harry Maguire inside out. When you do that, I'll be getting it out there that you're linked to big clubs.
Yeah, man. Andy says 9,000. Wow, that's going to be a lot, man. And I'm on the bloody Alex Ferguson stand, man. I just can't be bothered, man. I really can't because I hate them seats, man. Third tier Alex Ferguson stand. They've absolutely shafted me. I was on a Bobby Charlton stand the other week, and it was just like Everton game. I was loving life, man. I was like, nice golden seats right here. But now, back to Alex Ferguson. But no, I think for me, I think it's going to be a difficult game in terms of it's going to be a battle, man. I remember Rochdale when they came over and they battled us through, till penalties. But we should get the job done, man. I think for me, I'm confident we're going to win, but the players have to not get, put the foot on the gas. They have to be on it, man. They have to be ready. Because one thing Charlton will do, they will battle. They will try and battle, try and stay in the game, defend for their lives. So United have got to be ready, man. They've got to be ready.
Give us your team then, Saeed. Go on. Give us your team.
I'm going to go for...
Can I just get this quickly? Can I just get this from Better Helmy says, Felix spoke to Murta and Arnold and thought they were second-hand car salesmen. Just like Del Boy Trotter. I'm off to Chelsea. I swear to God. They are Rodney and Del, mate. That's what they are, mate. They're three-wheelers. Listen, everybody knows about them two and the three-wheelers all around Europe, mate. Three-wheelers, mate. The three-wheelers. You know. It's, at least you definitely know. And hold tight. Listen, the only thing I would say about this, Don Carlo, is that that, you know what, he's got good attributes. 30-year-old relegated from Berlin, Basisca's played without any single trophy added to the squad in 5-year trophy draw. Exactly what we need. Listen, he is somebody who's got good attributes that can actually help the club, help the team, and to come on and to change the way we play sometimes in games. So we can't blame the player. But go ahead, Saeed.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with De Gea in goal, right back Wan-Bissaka. I'm going to go with centre back pairing. I'm going to go with Lisandro Martinez and Maguire. Maybe Lindelof. Either one of them two. I'm not really bothered. Malacia left back. I'm going to go for midfield. I'm going to go for Fred. I want to rest Casemiro. So McTominay and Fred. I know it sounds bad, people, but McTominay and Fred should be dealing with Charlton at home. McTominay and Fred. Eriksen just in front of them.
Are you sure, Saeed? Are you sure, Saeed, they'll be dealing? Are you sure?
Well, I'm not sure, but I need Casemiro to rest because he was knackered on Friday. He didn't look himself, man, in that game. I'm gonna go on the right. I'm gonna go for Anthony on the left, Garnacho, and then up top Martial. Give Rashford a rest. So Garnacho on the left, Martial through the middle, and on the right hand side, Anthony.
It is, honestly, it is. Go ahead, Tom. What do you think about the game tomorrow?
Me personally, I'd give David De Gea the night off.
Okay.
And I'll give you a reason why I'd play Tom Heaton tomorrow. Because
not Jack Wallen. Not Jack Wallen, a new man.
I don't know. Not tomorrow, to be honest. I think probably
by
too
the way,
soon.
Loki, but by the way, I used to know, I don't see him anymore. He used to come into my workplace where I used to work. I used to know Jack Bolland's agent, by the way. He's a nice guy.
Oh, is it?
I used to know his agent, yeah.
No, I'd go Tom Heaton. I think as well, especially God forbid it went to a penalty shootout or whatever. I'd rather have him in the net than David De Gea, but God forbid. I'd give David De Gea the night off. I think he's played a lot of games recently as well, like you've just said about Casemiro as well. I'd give him a bit of time. Or you can easily put him on the bench or whatever. I'm not really bothered about the goalkeeper too much, to be honest. Right back Wan-Bissaka. I'd play Martinez because I think he needs the minutes, personally.
Yeah.
I think he does need the minutes. Maguire, Lindelof, couldn't give a shite who plays next to him. Malacia, probably left back, deserves to play in his preferred position as opposed to on the right. Midfield, this is what I mean, man. We're lacking the options, aren't we? And I think Eriksen and Casemiro, especially, they're both knackered. They need a rest in this game, 100%. So you're gonna have to play Fred and McTominay. I would have said Donny, but he's on the treatment table. So you've got Fred and McTominay there. You're going back to basically the old-fashioned tactics. Probably Fernandes will have to play Cam.
And Fernandes he's not playing tomorrow. He's banned tomorrow.
Oh yeah, he's banned, isn't he? So
yeah, silly challenge that he did, man. Remember?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I remember that.
Challenge,
man. I don't even know who to say. Well, it's going to have to be Eriksen, then, isn't it?
Eriksen, yeah. Even Eriksen needs a rest, man. Maybe
he's resting. That's what I mean.
Yeah, Iqbal. Yeah, a lot of people say Iqbal.
You could play Iqbal, but I don't necessarily think he's going to get the chances here.
Jones, always believe.
Always believe.
Jones. How dare you, Tom? How dare you forget Jones?
No, but we'll play it. We're gonna have to.
Look how bad the squad is, man. Look how weak the squad is. Like, seriously.
This is what I mean, Saeed. We can't even rotate the midfield. That's how bad this is in terms of the quality that we should have at Man United. I'd probably stay with you, Garnacho. I'd play Martial through the middle because I think he needs a little bit of confidence. And I don't know, Rashford or Elanga. To be fair, I'd like. Do you know what? Ahmed's just read my mind here. I'd like Palestra.
Let me just tell this guy, Ed. Bruno's banned tomorrow. He can't play.
Yeah, can't play
tomorrow. Yeah. I'd love Palestra to get some minutes tomorrow. Potentially even start. I'd love either Palestra or potentially Elanga to maybe get some minutes. Either one of them.
You can change it if he's going bad because you got 5 substitutions in it. So
that's what I mean. So you try. I know it's the quarterfinals and we should be a lot more potent about it. And I wouldn't underestimate Charlton in the slightest because they've got this far in the competition. This is their Wembley at the end of the day. But I just think that you need to rotate, but also you need to give a chance for opportunity for some players. Like we've just said with Iqbal, for example, give him a chance, give him an opportunity. If you're winning 3-0 at half time, you can bring him off if you want. Or, I don't know, you're winning 3-0 at half time, bring him on. Make some changes, trial things. And do you know something? Jarvis Cocker makes a good point here. I'd love if Sancho would have been potentially in the running to have got a good game. I know he's out, but I would have loved him to have this kind of opportunity where it's a game that means a bit to Manchester United, but from a personal level, to gain some confidence where you can run at people who are going to be physical with you. It's going to give you that test and that edge to see if staying away and stuff's giving you that tweaking your mindset again. But most of our players, and it's one thing I've picked up on, they're having these little problems or these little incidents outside of the squad, and it's affected them. At the end of the day, we've had what's happened with Rashford.
You need to apologise, man. You know what I mean? Anthony. Look at that.
The Anthony thing.
You don't know what's going on with these players and everything. You're always going mad at them, but you need to watch out. You just had a serious car crash, Anthony.
Well, I pointed out yesterday, but for me, he wasn't having any car crash when he dipped out for 3 games to go.
He might have had something going on, so you didn't have it.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
No, but you don't know if he had an injury or something. You don't know about.
No, he didn't.
Would you have known about this then? Right now, you wouldn't have known.
No, it revealed because we thought he got injured, didn't it? And I was like, wow, why did he get in? What did he get injured for? So he was happy to see him come back. But I'm sorry, he dipped out those 3 games. 3 games. Listen, yes, he did. He dipped out so he could play for Brazil. You know the maddest thing about Brazil? He only played 1.5 games. He went all the way to the World Cup, play 1.5 games.
Can I just say something, by the way? The Donny situation, I don't know why Ten Hag the journalists didn't ask him about Donny. Did they not ask him how severe the injury is, by the way?
I don't even think they know themselves, to be honest.
Listen, it's swollen still. They need to do some more tests.
Yeah, you can't really get a positive scan reading when there's swelling on it.
When it's heavy swelling.
Oh, it's swelling. Oh, is it? Okay, fair enough then.
It does take a lot more time, I think. I'm not speaking from any medical expertise, but I think it takes a bit longer than it should do.
And also, they have to do all these different kind of ligament, because obviously it was an impact that might have done ligament damage. So when players do their own injury, when they land differently, and like that is usually like everything goes up because their body is taking them. When somebody else's body is infecting them, it's a different thing. So it's going to be. Listen, I've had 4 knee ups, so I know about knee surgeries. Trust me. I don't claim to be the expert, but I know that there are times where I could have had a scan. And they were like, we need the swelling to go down. And also, sometimes they keep secret as well.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Go on, give me the scores then, people. Give me the scores. Let's end with the scores.
I'm going to go United to win.
It's going to be there in the rain tomorrow. It's going to be there in the rain tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be there in the rain, man. Well, I actually think it's not going to rain tomorrow, apparently. I'm just checking the weather now because I go for a walk, Old Trafford. Yeah, it's cloudy tomorrow.
In a row, can you believe that?
Hey?
Can you believe that? 3 Tuesdays in a row there's been a football game at OT. 3 Tuesdays in a row.
I know. It's crazy.
What was the last time that happened?
I don't think in a long while. United have had, 4 or 5 games in a row at home? And Reading as well at home as well. I wanted a away FA Cup time because I feel like for me, traditional ground, let's go visit these grounds.
No. This is where me, you, and differ, mate. I want every game to be at home, except for the semi-final and the final. Because to me, I fancy United over at home ties anytime.
To anyone, yeah.
Unless you're Middlesbrough. Let's not forget, and Rochdale as well. But go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Man United to win 3-0.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tom?
I'll go 4-0.
Wow.
I'll go in favour.
I'll go 2-1 Man United. Because
we're back down to earth.
A lot of the players who are going to be on the pitch have not played together for a long time, so I don't know where these goals are coming from. I appreciate that he had an accident, but it doesn't change that he's not been amazing since I compare him with Nani moments. Brilliant sprinkle. Now, to me, he's not direct enough for me. That's my biggest criticism, but he's young. He's only 20, isn't he? He's only 20, so he's still young. He can develop. Man.
Yeah, he's 20.
Half at least for him to develop. I'm not going too hard on him. I was just going too hard, Saeed, on the fact that he went missing for 3 games where United needed him.
Yeah, no, I hate it. But it's in the past now, anyway. It's in the past.
Yeah, yeah. But I feel bad for him. I'm so happy that he survived. When I heard about that news, my heart sank. And I'm so happy that he survived and that he didn't hurt anybody, that he didn't kill anybody, Saeed. That's another thing as well, that he's all right and nobody else got hurt other than the car. Because car, that's just the material and he can be replaced and he's rich enough to replace that.
Yeah.
So big up Manu. Definitely going to be on the bench tomorrow. I hope he gets minutes. Yeah, definitely, Ed. 100%. 4-0. Splash. I'm feeling that this Qatari buyout Stick United news, we need a full takeover. Yeah, I'm not here for that. I'm not here for an investment thing, by the way. So, but the Glazers were transparent, to be fair. They're looking for investment. That's part of it. Big up Malcolm. Malcolm said editor 2-1. Malcolm is saying Andrew says 4-0. Malcolm says 3-0. RD says 2-0. I miss Cavani. I sang he plays when he wants. Yeah, definitely. I sang that as well. 10-0 to United. Wow, Prasanar's gone early. 3-1 United. It will be in the 23rd of February. Who's that? Who we're talking about there? 25th of February. Guys, smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel.
Let's smash a like up, man. How many are we in here? How many's in here?
It's 170 in here.
We should be at least on 120 likes, 130 likes, people. Come on, man.
Yeah, come on.
Do it. Let's do it, man.
I said I wouldn't be surprised if it's a goal around. Wow. Let's see. 4-1, 6-0, 3-1. Andrew. Big up, Andrew. Not seen you in a while. Big up Malcolm Case. That's somewhere beautiful. Rwanda. Seeing the sights and the sunshine. Are you back in the US yet, man? Big up Malcolm. 4-0.
Somewhere hot, man. It's getting too cold in here, man.
Honestly, man. Saeed, Saeed, I'm not gonna lie to you. We need to sort it out, man. We need to plan it. We need to get a little wind to break in the sunshine somewhere.
I'm telling you, man. We need to go where you was, man. Where did you go last time? We'll go there.
I went to Gran Canaria.
There we go. We'll go Gran Canaria then.
And in the south of the island, it's 20 degrees in the daytime. It gets cold at night, but it's 20 degrees in the daytime.
That's the degrees we'll do here, man. Well, it is about -2 right now, so.
Yeah, big up Stevenage, man. Stevenage went to Villa and did Villa dirty. Did them dirty, mate.
Also, Cardiff nearly, man. They did the Leeds, man. Nearly did Leeds, man.
Yeah.
Cardiff. You know what I mean? Big up to Cardiff, man. But yeah, man. Listen, big up. There's also, I think, who's that team? Is it Crawley or something went through? Yeah. Who's that team that went through as well? There's another team that went through from the bottom divisions.
Yeah. Yo, big up Andrew Ellis. A good night out, innit? Did you go on Tyneside? Did you go on the riverside? I was partying in Newcastle. What happened? Did Newcastle get beat the other day, by the way? Or did
man, by Sheffield Wednesday.
What a historical club, eh? Wow. Yeah. Jordy's eating dirt. Now, you know what? I think they went out of that cup on purpose so they can concentrate on top 4. That's me. Conspiracy, eh? Conspiracy. But anyway, Saeed, let the people know where they can get hold of you, by the way.
Yeah, man. Saeed TV, man. Make sure you go follow, subscribe to the channel. And yeah, man, I'll see you tomorrow for the match reaction.
Listen, Saeed is on TikTok, innit? So make sure you check him out on TikTok. Apparently, he's blown up on TikTok. And Aaron's on TikTok as well, so go and check him out. But please make sure you check out Tom Journal one as well. But you've been great, Therapy Army. Today, we gave you the laughs because with Man United, innit? You have to laugh because you either cry. Because we can't just always cry. We have to laugh. Felix was never good to Man United when that amount of money was involved. So a lot of you got giddy. That's why I tell. Why do you think I've made a rule? Giddy. I've literally told you do not get giddy around Man United any transfer around because Man United will always do this to you. And then you get the Jackie Norrie stories that Murta and Richard Arnold, for Saeed's best friend, told you, eh? Saeed, so you getting a post in Richard Arnold? I
tried to see them, man. I tried to talk to them, but the security was on them, man. You know what I mean? So end of the day, people, it's one of them.
Saeed tried to have an exclusive interview there. He tried to have an exclusive interview, but that's how it worked out. But big up Saeed, by the way. But love and light to all of you. Big up to all of you, man. Love and light. Take care of yourselves. Stay warm, those of you who are in the UK. And then we'll see you soon, people. We'll see you soon. Hold tight. Love, light, peace. Glazers out, bankers out, always. Please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Hit that notification button because it lets you know when next live, people. Peace. Take care. Andrew says, Glazers out. There we go. Splash net. I love it. Peace, people. Take care. Love.